All right, we're burning the midnight oil trying to find a winner. Welcome to our Thursday Spotlight Horse. This Thursday night, Churchill Downs, race number 7, Moon Sniper, in a field of 12 with one also eligible. 5-2 favoritism accorded to number 6, Murdoch for the Larry Ravelli barn. Sophia Vives comes in to ride. Not a regular rider at Churchill Downs, but she will be on the favorite nonetheless. A lightly raced horse that probably has a lot of upside. Last seen at Keeneland winning a race there on the grass, and a race that kind of got mixed reviews from different speed figure makers. I think Timeform US had the race kind of slow. Daily Racing Form, the buyer, had it on the fast side. So interesting race. And we're going to land on number 9, Moon Sniper, for Darian Miller and the Silverton Hill Farm out of Springfield, Kentucky. I call them my neighbors, even though they're about 25 miles away, relatively speaking. Tommy and Bonnie Hamilton have had a lot of success in the thoroughbred game. They've won grade ones overseas. They've won grade ones here. Won a bluegrass stakes years ago. Louis Saez takes the mount for this son of Caravaggio out of Ruby Notion. We'll talk about Ruby Notion in just a second here. So, this horse last seen at Keeneland winning an allowance race there as well. We'll talk about that race a little bit later, but let's look at Moon Sniper's past performances. I hope the guys at Brisnet don't mind too much me swiping the past performances for this guy, but really a horse that didn't have a lot of form going into that last start. He was kind of average. Probably should have been, or probably was considered to been dropped into a claiming company, to be honest. Last seen in his 3-year-old campaign at Kentucky Downs, doing absolutely nothing there. But then they laid him off and brought him back to Keeneland. Now let's talk about real quick this dam, Ruby Notion, a daughter of a Great Notion, a horse that the Hamiltons campaigned many years ago, a horse that stands in Maryland. Ruby Notion won $500,000 for the Hamiltons, and this is one of her stakes victories here at Saratoga in a bog. Ruby Notion won the Caress Stakes at 27-1 this day. Florent Giroux was the rider here. FBG won't like that, but she grinds her way to a victory here. So very very nice, very nice win there, I should say. And of course, she followed that up with a victory at Kentucky Downs in the Kentucky Downs Ladies Turf Sprint. I don't think it was a $2 million race back then, but I'm sure it was a rich purse, maybe 500,000, 300,000, something like that. But anyway, she once again she grinds her way to a victory here over Lull and Brielle's Appeal, who's turned out to be a nice broodmare for I think maybe Dixiana Farm. But anyway, there she is, winning there for the Hamiltons. And I think this horse is interesting. Let's go back to Moon Sniper's win at Keeneland. I've got it blacked out here. I've got it highlighted at the bottom of the screen. This horse was 16-1 as he went into the starting gate. Once again, you can't blame anybody for not betting the horse. But then as soon as they sprung the gates, those odds go to 7-1, and then he'll settle at 6-1. And look at that. He just blows out of the gate and gets to the lead. Horse I'm kind of interested in the future is on his outside. That's Double Talker. Watch Double Talker. He gets wrangled back here. I don't know why he did. This is the first of 2 times in a row they've wrangled this horse back. Last time he did it was last week against Schwarzenegger. And it did him in both times, but the horse sticks around, so I think the horse has a little quality if they just let him run. He just needs to get in some competition where he can compete. But anyway, let's get back to the horse in hand. Of course, here in the hot pink silks, the traditional Silverton Hill garb, Moon Sniper's got this thing under control. He is absolutely rolling here. He does everything right. He switches leads right when he needs to, turning for home. And Saez goes to the stick, and this race is over. Unfortunately for me, when I saw that 6-1 pop up, I knew I was dead in the water because I singled the horse that's rolling on the outside here straight up for Cherie DeVoe. But Moon Sniper has him put away here at the end, and what a nice race that was. Let's go back to the past performances here. one thing about Moon Sniper's race, I've got it highlighted here. His E1 and E2 pace grades are absolutely sensational. In fact, you'll find nothing like that comparable to this horse. I mean, it's pretty amazing. This horse just did a 180 from his 3-year-old campaign to his 4-year-old campaign. So, you look at it that way, maybe the horse has right to improve off of that big race. Of course, he got tired late, as the late pace figure shows, the 74. But, what if he gets better? What if he moves forward here off of that second start of his 4-year-old campaign? And just for kickers, I also pulled up here, I've highlighted Darren Miller has a positive ROI, second off the layoff. That's just 10% out of 29 horses, but, he has been known to pull a surprise or two. So, yeah, Moon Sniper would be my top choice in here. Now, if I were playing maybe vertical wagers, there are a couple horses in here I like underneath. The number 2, Mischievous Rogue. It's interesting that Brittany Vandenberg kicked off her own husband and replaced him with Tyler Gaffleone here. So, obviously, they think the horse is doing well, and they're going to take a swing here on Mischievous Rogue, a horse I think can be running late, gets a nice rail trip. He's used to that. And, he should be running strong at the end. The other one, I think, number 3, We're in Trouble from the Mike McCarthy barn. Long layoff coming into this. A horse that showed some promise early on in his 4-year-old campaign. Now comes back, has some nice works, it seems. I watched some of the Bruno videos, and I think, he looks like a nice horse, a horse that might be running at the end. He's got a long fuse, takes him a while to get wound up. So, if anything, he'll be running late. So, something to the effect of Moon Sniper with 2-3, and then maybe some exactas. Moon Sniper with 2 and 3, and then obviously a win bet on Moon Sniper. He just may be coming around for all I know. We might see a stakes horse, a budding stakes star, if you will. So, Moon Sniper for me, Thursday night. Tell me what you think. Obviously, your opinion's probably better than mine. Regardless, have a great week. Have a good weekend. Let's talk soon.